talk about AWS. As we all know, AWS are the pioneers in cloud computing. Like we have been helping enterprises for more than 14 years. And if you look at the pillars, the main pillars that we understood based on our experience is like cost saving, staff productivity, operational resilience, and business agility. These four are the main pillars on which you realize maximum value or benefit to your organizations. And I have put in some numbers based on a survey that we have done. We interviewed or we got these responses from more than 1,000 AWS customers, and we have put in the numbers based on what we heard from our customers. And I'm going to talk more about each of these pillars in my presentation today. And I just want to give you a high level context on how the value, how do you translate the value of migrating it onto AWS? The non-TCO drivers constitute over 90% of business value, which is huge. I know the starting conversation for moving on to AWS is most of the times is cost factor. Like most of the organizations are looking at reducing the data center footprint and reducing the cost that is associated in operating and running these data centers by themselves. And then they are looking at AWS to help them where we reduce the infrastructure cost. But if you look at overall business value that you can realize from it, you get more than 90% from non-TCO drivers, which is like your staff productivity and your business productivity, which is really important for your business, where you can look at on bringing new features for your customers and business users, and in turn, increase your business productivity. So let me start deep dive into the four pillars that I introduced a few minutes ago. First is total cost ownership, right? Or cost savings, which is mainly like infrastructure costs. Cost savings are avoidance from moving to the cloud. And I have an example there from one of our customers, Live Nation, where they estimated 18% savings, realized 40% 1 year after migration, and they realized 58% after 18 months. And I'm going to talk to you about how you can build this for your organization. This is a sample TCO exercise, and I'm just walking you through the framework. For your actual business case, please lean on to our partner Suneratech and us. We will work with you and we will handhold you and then help you to build this business case to make sure that you are considering all the variables that you need to, or all the factors that you need to account for, and then we can help you drive that business case so you can present it to your management. In this example, I took an example of an SAP landscape and included the physical host that you may be running at on premises, and then virtualization, virtual servers that you are running, and included the storage, and included how they are going to be on AWS, which is a shared tenancy model that we have. And then I calculated the cost just to show you how they translate it into. If you look at the 5-year business case for the compute at your on-premises versus AWS, so the blue color is your on-premises, while orange indicates AWS, and that shows the significant savings that you are going to have. And especially on the storage, you don't need to purchase the big storage racks and then run them by yourself, keep updating the firmware and manage them, which is a lot of work. Imagine that you need to you want to have high availability for your resilience, right, or fault tolerance. So then you need to purchase 2 storage racks which run in different data centers, and then cluster them, and then enable that replication, and then manage them, make sure that there are no deduplications, effectively handle your storage allocation, and then things like that. With AWS, you can take out the majority of the portion. You can assign the storage as you need with the single click of a button. So that's the amount of innovation that you can realize on AWS when it comes to your infrastructure services. So overall, it projects like you get about 57% of cost savings based on the example that I ran in the previous slide. And the second pillar is to talk about staff productivity. It is very important that most of the organizations, so based on a survey that we received, most of the organizations spend about more than 90% of their resources to keep the lights on. And what does KTLO means? It is making sure that you are able to support your business and able to run all the infrastructure, both from hardware perspective plus application perspective, to ensure that your systems are performing optimal and you are able to support your business users. So you are spending huge amount of time into this running your systems. On AWS, we can help you by looking at your use case and look at, so this is an example on where you can reduce your manual effort. Instead of dedicating these resources for activities like server administration, long-term capacity planning, project budgeting, and all, you can repurpose them for delivering you innovations for your business users. So that is one big advantage where we see that you realize when you come on to AWS. So if you see installing, upgrading, and removing software, you have a typical reduction of 50% because we have services with which you can automate your operating system patches and update them on a regular basis. You can automate everything and then define those as per your schedule so that you do not need manual interventions. And then hardware related failures. Like if there was a failure, I remember when I was working at my previous organization, probably around midnight, we had a failure in the hardware. So one of the cable or the switch that is within the server malfunction. So which caused all my SAP systems to just they just died because there was a problem at the hardware level. And then it took us a couple of hours to bring in all the required resources and then have someone drive to the data center and then set it up and then identify the fix and then repair it and things like that. Those type of reductions you can 100% avoid that with AWS native features like EC2 instance auto recovery. We take care of automatically spinning your virtual instances on a different hardware if there was a failure identified by our monitors. And it is a 100% free feature that we offer as part of our native offering on the EC2 instances. So that is the amount of, so you are not only saving the cost over there and improving your operational resilience, but you are also improving your staff productivity. You don't need people to drive to the data centers and then fix them manually. Here is an example output of how much time you can save based on certain assumptions like operating X number of servers, assuming that you have X number of server administrators who are doing them, and how they translate it onto AWS. And the third pillar, operational resilience. We all agree that SAP is a very critical application, not only to your organization, but also to your business unit. And a small downtime to your SAP application can result into huge potential loss to your business. In this slide, I am talking based on an IDC survey, the impact of downtime and security costs to an organization. So annual Fortune 1000 application downtime costs about $1.25 to $2.5 billion based on the survey. And each critical incident that can happen to your critical application can be anywhere between $500,000 to $1 million. And the average cost of data breach can be $3.6 million. And average cost per lost or stolen record is $141. And similarly, average cost per hour of downtime is about $474,000. So it indicates the essence or the importance of achieving operational resilience. With AWS, you can achieve operational resilience with minimal investment. For example, think about you want a DR, whether you want a passive DR or you want a hot standby or pilot light DR. So we have various options depending on your business case. If your SAP applications are extremely critical to you, then we recommend you to go with high availability within the same region. So just to quickly introduce AWS Global Infrastructure, we have built our global regions to withstand any failures to our availability zones. Each region has multiple data centers to support loss of one data center. So the point I'm trying to call out is like our global infrastructure has high level of resilience where it can complement to your requirements on the SAP application perspective. And your investment is going to be depending on your use case. If you need a passive DR, then we can certainly offer you a creative option where you do not need to invest heavy cost or huge investments on running an active DR. So you get the resources as you need. It's on demand basis. And AWS customers reported that they reduce about 56% of reduction in downtime when they are operating based out of AWS. This is again based on a survey that we did with AWS customers. So it is very evident that once you are on AWS, it helps you to achieve operational resilience and complements your business requirements. And the last pillar, business agility. And if you recall the pie chart that I was talking about, you get maximum value, maximum business value by moving on to AWS, by moving your SAP workloads onto AWS. And these business innovations, you get these business innovations by leveraging our AWS services that we have built, as well as the third-party solutions that are available on AWS. For example, we have AWS native services on machine learning and artificial intelligence, and we are constantly listening to our customers, taking their feedback and improving our services, as well as we are building new services that will help our customers. So once you bring your SAP data onto AWS, that's just the start. And if you any business requirements that you may need, you can tap into our machine learning and artificial intelligence services, or we have data and analytics services that are built on AWS. Those are native services which offer you deep insights into your data. So these are some of the examples where you can tap into the new innovations and then provide high level of value and the new innovations to AWS, new innovations to your customers, as well as your time to develop a new feature or bring it out the door is substantially low when you compare it with on-premises. It is mainly because we take care of all the infrastructure and we provide you the services that you need, so you can focus on experimenting the new service that you want to build in the matter of hours, unlike spending many weeks or months when you are at on-premises. I want to give you an example about our customer Live Nation, where they reported they had 18% of initial TCO savings, and on staff productivity, they reported 50% reduction in traditional IT tasks like patching or keeping your servers up to date. By automating them, you can repurpose your resources to focus on other high value innovations. Operational resilience, they were able to achieve high availability and then increase their requirements for business, their requirements for applications, and achieve that operational resilience, like where they reported like they had like 5 nines of availability on AWS, which is very important. And also security posture. Security is of high importance at AWS, and then we focus. Security is always top priority for us in every service that we build. So we provide high level of security to your data, and you own the data that you bring onto AWS. And business agility, they reported 10% 10-time increase in innovation, and then where they are able to bring new features out to their customers. I want to conclude my presentation today by having a call to action. Here we have a white paper. It's a 5-minute white paper. It won't take a lot of your time, which talks about top 10 reasons to run SAP on AWS on various factors that I mentioned on this slide. I request all of you to spend 5 minutes of your time and then read this white paper, which we are going to circulate as part of this webinar to all the participants. And it talks about why we have more than 5,000 customers that are running their SAP workloads on AWS. We have the biggest customer ecosystem that's running on AWS when it comes to SAP workloads. With that, I conclude my presentation today. Thank you for your time, and I hand it over back to my partner to talk about the framework that we have and how we can help you to build a business case within your organization. Thank you so much.